little boy lost in the system and state workers take the fall.
The workload is so unmanageable.
Tonight, an I-Team exclusive, a social worker breaks his silence why he says more kids could be in danger.
The Patriots versus the Colts, and it's almost game time. Tom Brady and the Pats explain their simple plan. Our January thaw comes with some heavy rain, perhaps flooding rain as we head through the weekend. We'll talk about that, plus the Patriots forecast.
And what's wrong with this picture? The state rushes to fix an embarrassing mistake.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News at 6 starts right now.
Now at 6, a WBZ exclusive. A veteran state social worker who says heavy caseloads could put kids in danger. I'm Jack Williams.
I'm Lisa Hughes. The Department of Children and Families is under scrutiny now because of the Jeremiah Oliver case. He's the 5-year-old boy who was missing for months before social workers even knew he was gone. I-Team reporter Joe Shortsleeve talked with a social worker who worries now, Joe, that Jeremiah may not be the only child who gets lost in the system.
Yeah, Lisa, top state officials have been insisting caseloads at the Department of Children and Families had nothing to do with the disappearance of the 5-year-old boy in Pittsburgh. They indicated it was a social worker who just didn't do her job. But documents obtained by the I-Team may suggest otherwise.
Caseloads are bad, and what we've seen actually since the story broke is they're going up even more.
That's Peter McKinnon, for 15 years, a frontline social worker watching over the state's most vulnerable children.
We've asked for more staff to bring caseloads down so that we can try to avoid tragedies like this.
He's the first DCF social worker to talk on camera since 5-year-old Jeremiah Oliver of Fitchburg disappeared September 14th. The child is feared dead. His mother, Elsa, has been charged with failing to stop the abuse of her son by her boyfriend, Albert Sierra. He's been charged with brutally beating the child. The social worker handling Oliver's case has been fired, along with 2 supervisors. Yesterday, the governor suggested it had nothing to do with high caseloads.
I think that the question of staffing at DCF is separate from the Oliver case.
However, these documents obtained by the I-Team show the fired social worker was actually handling 20 families at the time, not 16 claimed by the Department of Children and Families. The national standard for a safe caseload is 15. In fact, that social worker had complained to DCF for 6 months that her caseload was too high. At the North Central office where she worked, caseloads have gone up 12% in the past 14 months. Some social workers have 24 or more cases, and one has 38.
When you have caseloads as high as that, in the 20s and going up close to 30, they potentially are a danger because they could be missed. In the offices where caseloads are high, am I worried? Yes, I am.
Now, late today, DCF told us once again that the social worker's dismissal had nothing to do with her workload. Despite that, in December, 2/3 of the 90 social workers in that office complained their caseloads were too high. Lisa?
Joe, thank you. There will be another search tomorrow for Jeremiah Oliver. Volunteers will gather on Kimball Street in Fitchburg tomorrow morning at 10. Jeremiah's father, Jose, was in court today asking for custody of the boy's brother and sister. Right now, they're being held by the state. Now, there was reportedly no ruling on that request today. Jose Oliver was living out of state when Jeremiah vanished, and just last week, he was arrested on a drug charge in Connecticut.
Now to the showdown between the Patriots and the Colts.
This is where it all starts to get where you want to go. We're putting, everything we have into this game. You got one opportunity to get it right. That's all you can ask for as an athlete.
And of course, the only place to see the game is right here on WBZ, your home for the Patriots in the playoffs. Well, the players are obviously psyched, but if they need more motivation, boy, there's plenty of bulletin board material out there. Check out the headlines from the last week. Tom Brady, the worst quarterback in the playoffs. Hello. Colts coach bringing up Spygate. And Deion Branch signing on with the opposition. Tonight, we have team coverage of the showdown. Beginning with our own Dan Roach. He's live at the CBS scene. Dan?
Yeah, Jack, it's interesting. I'm sure the Patriots players don't need any more hype or any more things like that controversial to add to get ready for this game, the divisional matchup with these Indianapolis Colts. But hey, if they want to pour gasoline on the fire, the rioters and what have you, go ahead. I'm sure the Patriots will take it, and they certainly will be fired up for this matchup. Kickoff just about 24 hours away, coming up tomorrow night here at Gillette. A win tomorrow would put the Pats in the AFC Championship game for the 3rd year in a row, something they've never accomplished before. But the Colts are a legit threat. They knocked off the Chiefs last week, and they also beat the Niners, Seahawks, and Broncos this season.
It's fierce competition in the NFL every week, and you got to be at your best, and you got to try to do it as consistently as possible. That's going to be a big, a really important thing this week is to be at our best.
And be sure to catch a live edition of Patriots All Access. Should be fun coming up tonight at 7 o'clock here on WBZ. Our own Steve Burton goes one-on-one with defensive end Andre Carter. It's an interview you won't want to miss. And we'll have it all for you tomorrow night, starting with a special edition of Patriots Game Day at 7. Pats and Colts kick off at 8:15 here on WBZ, followed by our 5th quarter post-game show. And it's all right here on WBZ. And, of course, Tom Brady is a postseason veteran, but a lot of these players are young and new to this process. Coming up in sports, Bill Belichick will tell us what he's telling his rookies about facing this type of playoff pressure for the first time, plus an injury update on the Pats. But for now, live from the CBS scene here at Gillette Stadium, I'm Dan Roach. Lisa, let's go back to you.
All right, Dan, thank you. Patriots and their fans have certainly had to endure some tough weather conditions this year. We had that wind and biting cold in November against the Broncos, and then the downpour just 2 weeks ago and the win over the Bills. Our chief meteorologist, Eric Fisher, is live inside Gillette Stadium tonight. And Eric, it looks like we are in for another very rainy night for the hometown crowd.
It wouldn't be a playoff football here in New England if we didn't have something go wrong in the weather department, right? It has to be snowing or windy or raining. This time it is the rain, and we're watching for tomorrow night, and it will be coming down in buckets. Yes, for the tailgate, the game itself, and probably when you're walking to your car afterwards. Now, because of all this rain, we've got some advisories, some issues that we need to talk about. In the short term, it's the cold. We're going to snow today. There'll be some drizzle developing later on tonight, and temperatures will hover at or below freezing for central, western Mass, and into southern New Hampshire as well as southern Vermont. Be extra cautious if you are traveling there. Untreated surfaces will be awfully slick. And then we move down towards southeastern Mass, and all the way up toward the North Shore. The coastal area is looking at a wind advisory. That's 4 p.m. tomorrow until midnight. Winds will be gusting over 25 miles per hour. Then you add on a flood watch. 1 to 2 inches of rain, but probably the biggest issue here, a lot of the rivers and streams, they froze up with the bitter cold. They'll be breaking up, and then we'll add the rain on top of it, so ice jam flooding. We'll track drizzle tonight, showers through tomorrow morning, the heaviest and steadiest of the rain late tomorrow afternoon and into the evening, right about game time, and it all clears out by Sunday morning. So for your Patriots game day forecast, the tailgating wet, the kickoff wet, the victory hopefully wet. We're talking about 50s all the way through, so at least we don't have to deal with the cold, and the thaw will stick around for a few days. We've got your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit. Lisa, Jack, back to you.
Eric, thank you. Patriots fans have been waiting 2 weeks for this game.
I'm afraid to froth of the mouth, but that would help. Hey, Bill Shields shows us the Pats in prime time are a big-time production.
Lights, cameras, and in about 24 hours, action. Not nervous?
No, not at all.
Done deal. We're going to beat them.
Done deal, we're going to get them.
The AFC playoffs have almost arrived at Gillette Stadium. The CBS cameras are in place, and the fans are getting pumped. At the Gillette Stadium Dunkin' Donuts, there were some caffeinated and very happy Patriots fans. As part of a collaboration with the American Red Cross, these fans gave a pint of their blood and won 2 tickets to the playoff game with the Colts.
I never win anything.
Well, you did this time.
I did this time, yeah.
This is awesome.
I am so excited. Cannot wait for Saturday. It's going to be a blast.
With the kickoff a little over 24 hours away, the stadium is getting busy. At the pro shop, there was no shortage of confidence in a Patriots victory. Done deal. We're going to beat them.
Done deal, we're going to get them.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Brady's going to blow them out.
Blow them out, really?
Yes, I do.
And when it's playoff time, the Patriots gear is flying off the shelves. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
I'm looking at maybe Gostowski with three points.
So she thinks it's a blowout. You think 3 points?
No, it's going to be a lot closer than that.
But if everyone is so confident, there's one thing that concerns me. You know how Tom Brady and the Patriots are so good in cold weather? It's supposed to be 55 tomorrow night. At Gillette, I'm Bill Shields, WBZ News.
And for more on the Patriots, you can check out CBSBoston.com. There you'll find our staff's predictions. Lemon Reed's blog, and a list of best bars where you can enjoy a cold one with the game.
Well, this is frightening. The city of Boston has its first confirmed flu death of the season. Health officials say the victim was a man in his 60s who did have some underlying health problems. The city has received reports of 158 diagnosed flu cases, and 47 of those patients have been hospitalized.
Coming up on WBZ News, the Target breach gets wider, what else hackers stole, and what they could do with all of that information.
Plus, company for the commuter rail, the new subway line the MBTA wants to build on the very same tracks.
You know, this doesn't look quite right, does it? The state is rushing to correct a rather embarrassing mistake.
Oops, right across the street from Harvard, too. We're going to be talking about the heavy rainfall in the forecast of January thaw, plus the next chance for snow. A lot going on in the forecast.
Is that me? Was I singing?
Not paying for scheduled maintenance feels pretty good. No charge scheduled maintenance now on every new Volkswagen. That's the power of German engineering.
There are furniture stores with a lot of furniture, but a lot of it looks the same. And as for price, you never know if you're getting what you're paying for. Boston Interiors is different. You get unique style options and higher grade construction and materials. So it's easier to find something you love and something that will last. Add a price match guarantee and one thing becomes clear. You don't have to spend more to get more.
Visit us today and save during our winter home sale. The smarter you are about furniture, the more you'll love Boston Interiors.
It's music's biggest night, the Grammy Awards. You and a guest can win tickets to see the Grammy Award-winning musical, Jersey Boys, at the Hanover Theater in Worcester. Opening January 21st for 2 weeks only. Visit cbsboston.com for your chance to win tickets to see the story of Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons in the smash hit Jersey Boys. And don't miss the Grammy Awards live.
Greatest music show on earth.
Sunday, January 26th at 8 p.m. only on WBZ.
Because I'm always on the go. I'm a AAA member, but these days I do more than drive. I cruise with AAA. Caribbean cruises, Alaska, Europe, and thanks to AAA, I cruise in style when I shop at my favorite stores, even online. AAA saves me hundreds on everything for the trip, including prescription refills before we leave. The best part about my AAA membership, I enjoy the peace of mind and the savings.
Call 1-800-JOIN-AAA or join at AAA.com. Membership for life.
Love to ski, but hate the drive.
Ski Bradford.
15 trails, 100% snowmaking.
Lessons for all ages.
Snack bar, rentals, large base lodge.
Ski Bradford, ski close to home.
Let's make this clear. Toyota offers more vehicles with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive than any other brand. Period. Like the stylish winter-ready RAV4, a top safety pick, equipped with Toyota's most advanced all-wheel drive system. So see your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive specialist. Clear enough? Ask someone you know who drives an all-wheel drive Toyota.
Informative, arresting, level-headed in a time of crisis. For excellence in live coverage of major breaking news, WBZ is proud to receive the DuPont Columbia Award. WBZ News, television journalism at its very best.
Whitey Bulger has been moved yet again. He's now being held at a maximum security prison in Tucson, Arizona. You'll remember Bulger was moved from Massachusetts to Oklahoma after his conviction in the fall. He could eventually face murder charges in Oklahoma and in Florida.
Shoppers, the security breach at Target apparently is a whole lot bigger than the company first thought. Originally, Target said hackers had access to credit and debit card information from 40 million shoppers. Now it also says names, addresses, and emails of 70 million shoppers were taken. Time frame hasn't changed. The breach involves people who shopped at Target between November the 27th and December 15th, but it still puts millions at risk for fraud.
All that information is then useful for people to steal money in your name. That's what we're concerned about.
Well, Target now plans to offer free credit monitoring for the next year for anyone who shops at Target. And the crisis is affecting the company's bottom line. Target says its sales have dropped since it announced the big breach.
Whoops, a state contractor may need a remedial lesson in spelling. Check out the new warning sign on Soldiers Field Road inbound. Yep, signs went up a few days ago. The Department of Conservation and Recreation is in charge of this road. It's aware of the problem, and it has spoken with the contractor.
I make mistakes, but usually not quite that glaring. I shouldn't say that, though. We've got millions upon millions of people watching us. Let's talk about the weather, and boy, oh boy, we got some changes, don't we?
We do. I think not long ago I combined a few words and made a Gillette Eric name. Yes, thank you. Eric, that tarp behind you, starting tomorrow, we're going to have those over our heads along with the ponchos down there.
Yeah, about 70,000 ponchos. The sales will be up here as we head toward tomorrow night, but we just saw the Bills game. So many folks came out. There was barely an empty seat. New England, we know what's going to happen around Patriots playoff time. The weather is generally not going to be good. And as we head toward tomorrow, it's the rain, it's the wind, it will all be a factor. We're starting with the cold tonight, though. It is another chilly evening. We're getting warmer, but not exactly tropical outside. Most towns were up well into the 30s today. We're up to 39 in Falmouth, 35 in Boston, but the issue is the 30 in Springfield, the 29 in North Adams, as well as Nashville. And that colder air is going to create some icing conditions overnight, so some slippery travel, and certainly the untreated surfaces are going to be quite dangerous. Then we look to the southwest, a place like Nashville in the 50s. That's the air mass that rapidly moves in after daybreak tomorrow and gives us a taste of spring for Saturday, staying pretty mild for several days as well. That low center is right now working up toward the Great Lakes. You see all that rain from Chicago down to Memphis. When a storm track goes through the Great Lakes and out to our northwest, it puts us on the warm side of things. Now today was a bit of the appetizer. A little shortwave, a piece of energy in the atmosphere came through, brought us our snow showers. A little bit of drizzle near the south coast and the islands right now. And as that drizzle moves in overnight, many of those towns we just mentioned stay below freezing. There could be some freezing rain. There's also going to be fog in the air, so some of that fog could condense and put some ice on the trees. Be extra careful traveling central western Mass and into southern New Hampshire throughout the overnight. Temperatures will actually start to rise a little bit. Again, watching some dense areas of fog. By tomorrow morning, most towns will be in the upper 30s to around 40. And then through the day tomorrow, we shoot up into the mid to upper 50s. There'll be showers around in the morning. The steadier and heavier rain is around for the afternoon and the evening. Heavy downpours just after sunset. That will linger till about midnight. Winds could gust to 45 miles per hour in that line. It's all gone by Sunday morning, but it will still be very windy, and the wind direction shifts. It's a drier direction to the west. Temperatures will hold in the 40s for much of the day. We'll get one that you can get out and about outside. The wind will be pesky, to say the least. In terms of flood concerns, there's a flood watch out for much of the area. We'll see 1 to 2 inches of rain, which is quite a bit to start with, but also the rivers. They've frozen up over the past week, been bitterly cold. Then this rapid thaw and the rain on top of it, those chunks of ice can really all congregate in certain parts of the rivers and back things up. So that will be a big concern, not just here, but all across the Northeast this weekend. Total rain, 1 to 2 inches, looks like a very solid bet. So this will be a soaker of a system. Again, the steadiest is in the late afternoon and the evening hours. So coming out to Gillette, the tailgate all the way through the end, tracking that rain, it'll be very mild. It could even be a clap of thunder or a flash of lightning in the horizon. And if that line can mix down some winds, they're going to be really gusty just off the deck. About 1,000 feet up in the atmosphere, we could see some gusts in the 40s to around 50 miles per hour. Now your AccuWeather 7-day forecast, again, it's a dry Sunday, but very breezy. We head toward Monday, beautiful, pick of the forecast, great day to be outside, get some work done. Tuesday is our next storm. That's another mild one in the 50s. And then another area low pressure tries to spin up off the coast Wednesday into Thursday. That one, though, could bring us snowfall. Certainly much colder air will be back for the mid to late part of next week. So coming out here to Gillette Stadium, a misty evening. It is going to be a mild and wild game. Maybe the run game will be a big part of the Patriots offense. We know one thing, they like bad weather. It's when they perform the best. We hope that's the case for tomorrow night. All right, Jack, Lisa, back to you.
All right, Eric, thank you. Just adds to the excitement there at Gillette Stadium.
Well, I got their hands full, that's my opinion, but, you know, Dan Roach knows a lot more about the game of football than I do, and he's live in Foxborough right now. Dan?
Well,
Well, Jack, I like the Patriots a lot in this matchup. I think they specifically match up well with the weaknesses. The strengths of the Pats match up well with the weaknesses of the Colts. So we shall see. But I like Eric Fisher's terms, too. Wild and mild here at Gillette Stadium tomorrow night. One injury note already. Rookie wideout Aaron Dobson out, declared out with a foot injury. Now, the Indianapolis Colts, the team the Pats will face, are staying in Providence. Now, as many teams have done in the past, they arrived just a short time ago. Here's a shot of Adam Vinatieri getting off the bus. Colts, feel free to go out and stay out late tonight, guys. There's some nice places to eat in Providence as well. Just kidding. Of course, all the hype for Saturday night revolves around the quarterback matchup. Surefire Hall of Famer Tom Brady going up against Andrew Luck, one of the best young QBs in the game. Now, Brady came out on top of their first encounter last season, but he's not caught up in this quarterback storyline.
My motivation's pretty simple, so I just try to win. That's what I try to do, and try to be a part of the reason why we're successful, and it's part of doing my job and trying to be the best I can be for the team. So I think to be a professional athlete and to play at this high level with this level of competition, winning is the only thing that's important. So that's one goal and one objective that, I've had for a very long time.
Now, believe it or not, Tom Brady is the only active Patriot to have won a Super Bowl ring. And even more surprising, 22 players on this roster have never played a postseason game. But when it comes to preparing for the biggest game of the season, Bill Belichick doesn't want those guys to overthink anything.
Football's still football. The field markings haven't changed, and, nothing's changed. It's still football out there, so we got to play the game the way that we played it all year. Just leave it all out on the field, and whatever the outcome is, if you play as hard as you possibly can, then that's it. You got to go out there, you got to just empty the tanks. That's what I like to say. By the end of it, my tank's empty.
We've got you covered. Be sure to catch a live edition of Patriots All Access tonight at 7 here on WBZ. Christian Fourier has a special sit-down with all 4 Pats running backs.
We're going to go into this playoff games. I'm hoping that we continue this little hot streak that we're on right now.
That's what these next few games are about, is going out there and winning by all means necessary.
The playoffs to me, it's one play to send you home. It's the show. It's what you play for. It's win or go home. To me, it doesn't get any better.
Yeah, good stuff tonight and good stuff tomorrow. Special edition of Patriots Game Day at 7. Steve Burton hosting that. Pats and Colts kick off at 8:15 here on WBZ, followed by our 5th quarter post-game show also here on WBZ. Celtics taking on the Golden State Warriors out west tonight. Rajon Rondo telling the media earlier today he's expecting to play next Friday night, a week from tonight, against the Lakers. That's good news for his return. And the Bruins lost again last night to the Kings, but they get Sean Thornton back. Hopefully Louis Erickson, but Johnny Boychuk goes home. He's back here in Boston for personal reasons. There you go, live at the CBS scene here at Gillette Stadium. Let's go back to Jack and Lisa.
Got your hands full this weekend, Dan. We're looking forward to it.
Should be fun.
Should be fun.
Well, CBS Evening News is what's coming up at 6:30.
Scott Pelley once again joins us live from New York City for the preview. Scott.
Jack, Lisa, great to be with you in Boston. In the broadcast tonight, we're going to have a look at this flu season. Boston, in fact, reported its first confirmed flu death today. We're going to tell you about the most prominent strain and give you the warning that doctors are telling us about, in which this flu strain appears most lethal just when the patients believe they are getting better. We'll have that story and the rest of the world news for you coming up on the CBS Evening News in a little over 10 minutes.
Thank you, Scott. Still to come tonight. Ready for a new ride. The fresh look coming to the Green Line.
Monday, turn Happy New Year into Slappy New Year. Don't think of it as a slap. Think of it as a high five for your stupid face. With a slap-tastic new episode. Oh!
I love you.
You have to take this slap for me?
No.
A new How I Met Your Mother. Then it's the first new two-broke of the year. And it's a 5-alarmer.
If you like a girl, you should just kiss her.
A new two-broke girls after a new How I Met Your Mother, Monday.
He loved skiing. He loved skateboarding. So young Tom Sims combined them both, creating a whole new way down the mountain. Uncompromising creativity, it's the way we made the Mazda CX-5. Skyactiv technology combines nimble handling with better highway mileage than any other SUV, including hybrids. This is the Mazda CX-5. What
If you haven't seen us for a while, you may be in for a surprise.
Bernie & Phil's has a wide selection of fashionable, well-built furniture.
All available with free financing for 60 months. Or ring in the new year with this money-saving offer. We'll pay your tax, and we'll pay for your delivery. From our floor to your door. Not one penny more. The choice is yours. Come in today and be surprised.
Bernie & Phil, quality, comfort, and price. That's nice.
No matter who you are, no matter what you do, at Massachusetts community colleges, it's about discovering who you want to be. With open admissions, flexible class times, the most affordable tuition in Massachusetts, plus 15 colleges statewide, it's never been easier to transform your world. Visit masscc.org/transform to see our new programs and learn more.
I can only send one of you to cover the game in New York. Who's got what it takes?
Game on.
The more devices you have, the more you need Fios Quantum, America's fastest, most reliable internet.
Still got some internet, Terry?
No. Yeah. For incredible uploading, streaming, and chatting.
Show 'em what you got, Ella. Thanks, Aaron.
In and around your home.
Hey there.
You got it. You're going to New York.
This is definitely the place to be.
You know, she was pretty good.
Technology that raises your game to a quantum level. That's powerful.
This is the new award-winning lineup of Jeep brand vehicles. This is blazing a new trail instead of taking the old one. This is the pinnacle of luxury in a full-size SUV. This is doing what you were born to do. And this is where open air meets the open road. Explore the possibilities at your local Jeep dealer.
The release of a shocking surveillance video may give police the break they need. Woburn police say they've already received tips that could help them solve this robbery of a Walgreens. Tuesday night, 3 men held up the pharmacy, assaulting and tying up the workers inside. The men then fled in a dark, older Jeep Cherokee.
Well, the state has big plans for the MBTA. MassDOT released its blueprint for projects over the next 5 years, and it includes designing new cars for the Green Line and improvements to the signal system in the T, which also caused so many delays. There's also a plan for something called the Indigo Line. This line would consist of subway cars designed to run on commuter rail tracks. They give commuters yet another option moving through Boston and up to the North Shore.
Well, let's take you back one more time to Gillette Stadium as we prepare to host a big game tomorrow night. We're going to check in with Eric Fisher, the latest weather, in just a moment.
This captioning is brought to you by Heartbeat of Home, playing at City Wang Theater March 26th through April 6th. Tickets on sale now at citycenter.org, the City Center box office, and Ticketmaster at 800-982-2787.
WBZ is your home for the Pats and the playoffs. The only place to see the Patriots and the Colts. Plus, complete coverage with Patriots game day.
Now it's gut time, playoff time.
Fifth quarter.
That was just amazing there.
All access.
That's Patriot football right there.
And sports vinyl.
WBZ is the only place you'll need to tune in.
There's only one place to turn for exclusive Pats coverage throughout the playoffs. WBZ, your home for the Patriots.
Tim just refinanced his car with a DCU Second Chance car loan. He saved so much on his monthly car payment, he could afford the down payment on something a little more fun.
Life, it's all about changes, transitions, new beginnings. Still, it's good to know some things never change, like the dependability of your Camry, because 90% of all Camrys sold in New England since 1995 are still on the road. Come see why this Camry is the best Camry ever. Toyota, let's go places.
It's legit trying back where we are.
Good morning. Sunbeams will soon smile. Good morning. Good morning. McDonald's is out to put the good back into your morning.
Thank you.
So look for our Good Morning crew serving up hot breakfast and McCafe drinks all over town. And get ready to smile. Make your morning really good with a McCafe coffee. Any size for just $1. Only at McDonald's.
Celebrate the new year with the Cabot House Furniture Sale Event with store-wide savings. Discover the newest 2014 styles and beautiful settings from traditional to contemporary. During this exciting event, take an extra 10% off store-wide or 3 years interest-free financing. Visit all our design departments and experience our professional design services. Quality and design can be affordable at Cabot House. Come in and save during our New Year's sale event and see why Cabot House is New England's leading resource for quality furniture with many special purchases and 3-year interest-free financing.
Dodge Charger has 300 horsepower and class-leading all-wheel drive highway fuel economy. Dodge Journey is America's most versatile midsize crossover. And Dodge Durango delivers best-in-class standard power and towing. Behind the wheel of any of them, you'll own the road. And with available all-wheel drive, you'll be able to hold on to it. Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2014 Dodge Journey SE for $199 a month.
Payday never seems to come soon enough. But with direct deposit and free checking from DCU, you can get access to your paycheck 2 days early. Unless, of course, you don't mind waiting.
Coming up tonight at 11 here on WBZ News, treating asthma when it's not the only problem. Millions of people are on powerful asthma medication. But now doctors are finding many of those patients also suffer other ailments. So what's going undiagnosed? And the question every patient should ask at 11.
Well, on the weather, this has been a weird winter.
A very weird winter that is about to culminate tomorrow with the game against the Colts at Foxborough. Let's go back into Eric. Eric, it does look like a giant slip and slide behind you.
It's January 10th, a weird winter. We got a ways to go here. Let's see how the next couple of months unfold. So far, absolutely, it has been bizarre. And, out here at Gillette, we're going to be expecting a mild forecast. Temperatures in the 50s. There'll be downpours. There could even be a little bit of lightning, and it will be gusty. Bottom line is bring your rain gear. You will need it tomorrow evening, but I am positive every seat will be full, just like it was when the Bills were here just a couple weeks ago under similar conditions. Jack, Lisa?
All right, Eric, thanks a million. By the way, coming up 7 o'clock tonight in a half hour, don't miss a special live edition of Patriots All Access.
It's going to be a great one. Big interviews.
That is it for us. Have a wonderful weekend.
We'll look forward to seeing you tonight. Go Pats!